How do you take a beautiful sim and make her even more fabulous in The Sims 4? Well, sit back and let me show you. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. You're watching Just Among Their Sims. I'm KT, and I'm here today for another Sims 4 CAS speed build. This is for my Fairy Tale Season 3 Sims 4 story. So, if you like to have fun and you like a good story, please consider liking, subscribing, following, commenting. Just do all the things. Let me give my normal disclaimer. Please forgive any ahs, coughing, sniffles, because I do not edit my voiceover when I do speed builds or cast creations. Also forgive my slow southern US drawl. So anyway, I am building a sim. Her name is Stacy Greer. I am actually building her for season 3, which will star Pinocchio. So I need a perfect woman for him. And I really tried to find one in Cupid's Corner, because at the time that I'm actually recording this, I have actually played 2 episodes of Pinocchio already, and Cupid's Corner has been interesting. To make things even more difficult, or to start them, Pinocchio is a ghost, and as a ghost, only certain Sims can see him and only certain Sims can hear him. So some can hear him only or not hear him or see him. Some can do both. So I need an intuitive sim. So I am making Stacy Greer. Now I did try to find a name of a character in Pinocchio that she could correlate to, but guess what? All the names in Pinocchio are super weird, and there's no way I was naming her any form of Geppetto, because that was his father, and we're not having those kind of issues today, okay? Now you may notice that I'm leaving Stacy thick, but she is in shape. Now, you may have saw for a second really, really ripped abs, but no, she doesn't have abs like that, but she is like thick, curvy, and I really like her that way. Now, you saw the sim I started with, so the first thing I did was change her body type, and then I really changed her shape up. I decided to leave her with some small boobs, and I do think that a short hair is going to be best on her, but I always spend a lot of time choosing hair, so you see me going through a lot of different hairs. So I am going to settle on a medium short hair, and I think she's beautiful that way. And then I like to pick a hair that I can do variations of. So I'm going to talk about Stacy. I'm going to talk about what I'm doing with her as I shape her body. I did make her lips fuller. I did make her nose a little narrower. And I did round out the bottom of her cheekbones and her chin. I pulled it up just a little bit. I also made her pupils larger, and I did give her a lighter brown eye color. So yeah, I think that she was already a pretty sim. I get that sim a lot when I randomize, but I've never used her as a base for a sim before. Not that I can remember, but I think I made enough changes to her to make her kind of unrecognizable from where she was at first, but not a drastic change like you see with some of my sims, where I change them from a man to a woman, from white to black, and all of the things at the same time. Now, let's talk about Stacy. She is a university graduate. She graduated with a fine arts degree. She is level 8 on the stylist career. So she is very great at what she does. She's a really good writer because she had to hone that skill as a stylist. I really like the big hoop earrings on her because, I don't know, it just does something. And even with the mascara around her eyes, it just makes her face pop, and I love it. Now, as we speak, we also got a massive update today. And so I built her, and then I actually added a couple of the outfits that were largely inspired by different places or cultures in Africa. However, I did see a couple of new items that I didn't notice before as well, like a dress. So I did put those on her at the end. Instead of doing where I show you every outfit, I'm actually going to have her go to the dresser and try on clothes so you can see the different outfits. Also, in the thumbnail, the picture I use is the dress that I think is new. It's definitely in the base game with the big bow in the back. I never noticed it, but it's beautiful on her. I'm looking for a top that would match these tights because I'm trying to do something different, with the bright, colorful tights. So that's what I'm doing with her. I think this Life and Death shirt is going to be perfect. It's a party outfit. Now, she earned her degree. She's a stylist. She does have some practical traits, like she's family oriented. However, she is mystical, and I think this is going to make her uniquely suited to fall in love with Penn. And his name is Pinocchio, like Pinocchio. So Penn, she's going to fall in love with him, and I think being mystical will help her with that. Definitely, she's intuitive, so I don't think she'll have any problem at all seeing him and hearing him. Now, it may take her a while to really feel him all the way out, but she will definitely sense his presence, and they will build a friendship. I'm largely inspired by season 2 of my series, which was Bellanita Beauty and Dakota Beast Tamer. And they had a slow burn relationship. I don't think the romance really popped off with the woohoo until like episode 8 or 9, and we did not see Dakota until that part. And so we won't see what Penn looks like until we get into the series, because he's got to earn his way to becoming a real boy, or a real man in this case. She is a young adult just like Penn, and I think that they could build a family and grow together if they can fall in love. Now, something else is, I did not put any likes or dislikes for her or for Penn, because I want to see if they click naturally without doing any of those things. And I want them to find what they like on their own. And your Sims can't do that. So we are going into her changing her outfits, and you can see her sleepwear, and she has a couple of each outfits. Her athletic outfit, you can see one of her winter outfits. But I really hope that you enjoyed this CAS creation. That's one of her party outfits. That shirt is from Ciudad Enamorada, Love Struck. So yeah, and that's one of the new outfits that with the update with the African inspired outfits right there. I like the neutral colors of it. So until next time, remember, keep simming, be happy, and always have a blessed day. Bye bye.